look at the percentage of what the federal government is putting in I.C.P.C. and E.F.C.C, they can collapse both together. Should they be given back to Nigerian police? I think Nigerian police, being that what we have now may not be able to tackle corruption very well. Why? One, the Tafa Balogun issue. If a old IG that was sitting as a toppest senior officer in the police is found to be corrupt, and many of the high-ranking officers now that are being probed in the pension scam also are involved. So I don't think that somebody can handle corruption very well. So we can let E.F.C.C and I.C.P.C come together. That is one. Two, what if we invest in corruption in this country? I think it's a very laudable investment. It is possible for us to bring E.F.C.C or I.C.P.C or a body like that to the state. Let the state also have their own version, because, see, the corruption going on in any state, except when you are able to write and petition E.F.C.C before they will come to investigate. So I think we have to even invest more in the body rather than scrapping them off.
Okay then. Lawyer Olatoyegun.
There is a reason I want to just add to what he has just said. For those recommending the scrapping of E.F.C.C and I.C.P.C and merging it with the Nigerian police force, there may be some rationality in their recommendation. But because of the perception people had of police, that is why they are being circumspective about that kind of recommendation. You see, the society is so important in the enforcement of laws and orders. You see, a situation whereby the police is castigated for everything bad in terms of corruption is a wrong perception. You see, as a lawyer, I come in contact regularly with the police as well as members of the society. The society gets the kind of policing system it deserves. A situation whereby somebody contravenes the law. Our community is such a way that they stigmatize people. And as such, they want to circumvent the law. They don't want people to face the law. They want to get the person out at all costs so that he will not become an ex-convict. As far as that is concerned, people are to be blamed, not the police. And police are human beings, just like any of us, who are not earning enough wages to sustain their families. So when they are faced with inducement, they are liable
I disagree,
to caving. And coming to E.F.C.C.
I want to disagree with due respect. I want to disagree.
The margin of E.F.C.C. Ordinarily, in the first place, they shouldn't have been created as autonomous body, because elsewhere, like in the Republic of Ireland, we have CAB, Criminal Asset Bureau, which is a replica of E.F.C.C. They are more powerful than the Prime Minister of the country. The reason being that the society recognizes the law. Everybody respects the law, but in Nigeria, the reverse is the case. You see, the highly you are placed in Nigeria determines how you are going to flout the law. We have seen situations whereby somebody will just park at the center of the road, buying something at Ojaba. Because it's an important person, everybody will keep, and that is, you see, what we are saying is they are very, very important. The question of margin may be viewed as something good. Since they have been established, they should be allowed to continue. But the reason for such recommendation is economic. Because the wage bill is so huge that there is no room for capital expenditure capital projects to be funded. And how do we do that? If we realign most of these agencies and we can see how to trim down the expenses.
Okay, then.
But we don't see the sincerity in the presidency as at now.
I think so. Some of you want to talk now.
Yes.
Mr. Abidoye.
Yes.
I could see you were eager to
Yes, I was trying to say that I disagree with his position, humbly and politely. To be saying that the society get a kind of police they deserve, I want to disagree. Because I remember when we were young, when you see a policeman, the father is a policeman, you know, you get scared, you sit up. Why? Because the policemen at that time were honest, they were dedicated, they were committed. And they know that they must not be found wanting or be linked with anything questionable. But in our day and our time, it is worrisome that within these few years, and that starts with the recruitment. I said it some times ago here, that when I was to be recruited with Nigerian Security Printing and Minting, the orientation when we met there, after I did my interview, they took us to Alagbon, they did fingerprint. For 3 to 6 months, they sent people to my village, to the primary school, to all the school that I attended to find out without even me knowing. And they used this to give me a clean bill of health at the end of the day when I was to be offered a job. The same thing go to all the security agencies across the country at that time. But realistically speaking, in the last 10, 20 years, when you look at the recruitment point to the police, when questionable characters are being recruited into the police, okay? When those people get into the police, what do you expect? These are issues. I don't have, even if you get them in, and you now give them proper training, proper orientation. Do you understand what I'm saying? A situation whereby I pity the police people. Pity them in the sense that openly, it says somebody will park in Ojaba. Right in Ojaba there, you will see police, you will see traffic warden. They will allow that person to park. Okay? Peradventure, maybe for 20 naira, maybe for this, maybe for that, another kind of something. So they brought themselves to this kind of level, as a matter of fact.
I'm sorry, sir.
And that's why it appears that the society no longer respects.
Can I just come in?
The agency anymore.
Yes. You said that some years back that the police used to be fearful. Yeah. People respect that.
Yes.
It was not only the Nigerian police. Even our leaders were respected then. Remember.
And because we are looking at the police now.
No, I am just saying that what he said, that it is because the society gave back to the kind of police that we have now. You can't separate the Nigerian police from the Nigerian society, from the Nigerian public. Have you noticed
that when you leave police now, when you see soldier, when you see Navy, when you see an Air Force, they still command respect when they work in society.
They command fear, not respect. They command fear, not respect. They command fear.
This public don't interact with such agencies like the police.
That's right. That is one, too. They command fear, not respect. The Nigerian police was in this society, too, when teachers don't collect bribe to mark you, when lecturers don't collect bribe to mark you, but go to those agencies, go to those institutions. The thing is different now. Now, even look at the bodies you call the religious body. Things were different from now. It is the fact that the society we found ourselves has tilted towards a certain direction where the moment you don't have money, you are not to be respected. And they are also part of the system too. Remember that at that period, you don't need millions to pay for school fees. Imagine if you are to send your word to a university and you are paying 350,000 naira and you are paying the police 20,000 naira, how will it send the word to schools? So the society has generated this bad enough. It does not justify the corruption. I am saying that the entire system, the entire system has been bastardized.
Yeah, let's allow him.
We are looking at a section now of the system. We are looking
at the servants are corrupt. The salary person is corrupt. The bank, everybody is corrupt. Not the police alone.
I'm still on my feet.
Okay, just some few seconds.
I look at the suggestion that the I.C.P.C and E.F.C.C should be merged and then integrated under the Nigerian Police as a call for the wrong thing. That's not what we need at this point.
I agree.
Yes.
It will bring back corruption full scale.
Which police are we talking about? The anti-fraud unit under the Nigerian Police. If it were so fantastically effective, then there wouldn't be any need for E.F.C.C, I.C.P.C. And I'm even surprised that we are not even talking about the role of the Code of Conduct Tribunal in this. That is about the constitutionally most, the strongest body that could even unseat the president of the land when it comes to issues of corruption. If we don't see as E.F.C.C, with all they have done so far, the I.C.P.C, with all they have done so far, has been ineffective, then I continue to wonder if the Code of Conduct Tribunal too has any relevance. But the world knows that the police in Nigeria is always looked down upon as if it is a non-existent body. And elsewhere in the world, the police is a noble profession.
Yeah.
And I think Nigeria deserves...
Societal factor.
Yes.
Nigeria
Nigeria deserves a police
that
they can respect.
here too.
I know that anytime I come across the police on the street of America, the gadgets in their system, I call my children. After asking for the permission of the officer, can they look? Can they go through your computers and all that? Here, which child are you going to call upon? What are they going to look up, about the police here? You want them to pry into the nozzle of the gun. Something that can get them killed. I'm afraid if nothing great comes out of the gun of the police in Nigeria, then I don't think they can, at any point in time, give us the kind of credible society.
In a few seconds, yes,
the integrity is not really there.
Okay, then.
In a few seconds. The same way they look down on the Nigerian police outside the country is the same way they look down on our
Even
graduates.
within the country,
I'm coming. The same way they look down on the graduates that come out of their educational system, the same way they look down on the
But I don't want you to always generalize the issue. We are looking at agency now. Forget about the educational sector now. We are looking, yes.
We are talking of systemic failure.
But we are looking at a particular section.
failure.
And I want us to restrict ourselves to that section. Because this change that we often think about has to start somewhere.
Okay.
All right? It can start from the police.
It's not going to
Start
from the society.
Yes.
We have to go on a very short break now. When we come back, the discussion continues.
Every day for Niger, as they do break even before Kokoro. Plenty people don't wake up to begin working for Nigeria. Farmers, them there. Builders, them there. Get people income, we there. Teachers, we there. Some they work for office, others na factory. Sports people income, people for stadium. Some people own not to sing. Everybody getting on. Nigeria people know they lazy. They're not tired, they don't give up. Come rain, come shine. Country people, let them go make country better. Nigeria, great nation.
Yeah, welcome back. We had to go on that short break to douse the tension a bit. Barrister Olatoyegun, why do people think E.F.C.C and I.C.P.C has not performed well, or rather have not performed to expectation?
Thank you. I don't think people are condemning I.C.P.C and E.F.C.C as such, except those that have skeletons in their cupboard, especially political leadership. And regarding what my co-discussant, Mr. Abidoye just said, that hidden hands. You see, the present leadership may be afraid that after leaving office, they may become subject of attack of these bodies. That may be the reason behind the suggestion to merge. But be that as it may, they are bodies that are very, very important. They have been established and they have been performing to the expectation of the public, except for the corrupt few. And they should continue. If they had not been created in the first place, it is understandable. But let us look at how they can be more efficient. One, like Mr. Abidoye said, their mandates are multiple-fold. They are to create intelligence in fighting corruption. How far have they been able to do this? Because in the police, in the department of the police then, the special branch, because when police officers are living above their income, you see men of the special branch writing report, and then that person will be brought to book. That was how NSO sprang up. And we saw the vibrancy in the activities of NSO then, which translated into SSS, and we still see that happening. But the intelligence is so important in the corruption, anti-corruption crusade. People must be made to be aware of their responsibility to the society. I'm talking of the society now. There must be security awareness. When you turn a blind eye to the crime being committed by your neighbor, you are unwittingly doing yourself. So there must be synergy between the security agencies as well as the society. Okay. So we want a lot of civil society organizations to spring up that will take interest in the security management. For instance, I know of a group just coming up in Akure. They call themselves Assert Human Rights. When people are cheated, they run to them, and these people will do a petition to necessary agencies, either the police, the SSS, or even the Nigerian Army. You see, before you know it, people are beginning to respect them because they won't take bribe from you, they won't take money from you. They are doing it in an altruistic manner. So E.F.C., yes. So civil society must collaborate with security agencies in order to be effective. Okay. In Scandinavia, where the anti-corruption agency started, the body called the People's Ombudsman, they are made up of people from the society. They constitute the whistleblowers. They tell the police, they tell the security agencies, they tell the government, and you may not even know who is reporting who. Okay. And before you know it, the society becomes normal. People must respect the law.
Yeah, I'll come back to this issue of whistleblowing.
The same thing that I'm trying to say. Okay. That the change will begin from the society. See, irrespective of how hard that you strike the machete, it will never leave a mark on the water. You can't say a certain agency in a society alone should change. If I am arrested now, for example, for, say, traffic law, I'm trying to bribe the official, please let me go, I have a place to go. I'm begging him, please now, you're mentioning different things, and he's a human being like you, number one. Number two, he said that some persons are trying to start a certain agency in Ondo State, and is working. They are not the Nigerian police, not the SSS. They are the people from society who are trying to make a change. The change will have to start from all of us, not only the Nigerian police alone.
But don't forget. Sorry, let me cut in at that point. Okay. Don't forget that some are paid, some are hired, some are engaged to do this kind of job, which is the job of the police. Is to prevent crime, is to ensure that those who commit crime are prosecuted.
The same way the leaders,
fair play.
The same way the leaders,
and that's why we are saying if you must go back to the basics,
monthly and they are stealing your money.
Okay.
The same way the leaders are paid monthly by.
But it is the police or the I.C.P.C. or E.F.C.C that we are talking about. That is to prosecute these people.
The E.F.C.C.
So let them leave. Let them live up to expectation because they are paid to do just that. Okay. It's not everybody that is wearing uniform. I am not a security agent. In time past, to corroborate the position of my colleague, Banjo Abitogun, when we were young, there are police informants in all the community. They are young, vibrant men of impeccable character, honesty, that if you suspect anything going on or they suspect an individual in character, they will give information to the police at that time. And the police will come around. But today, if you give them information, they are the same people that will go and tell the same person that you are the one that forward this information to them. And that's the stage we are. They are paid to do this job, and for us to have a just, equitable, a society that is responsive, where everybody can live well, the security agencies that are paid to do the job must be alive to that responsibility first. Okay, then. And that's the point that I'm making.
But I'm saying that the change should not be with them alone. It should be with all of us, everybody.
If you even make dinner, and at the end of the day, we have instances where you report and you have a good case, you report, you go to the station. It is the same people. You do not see a case whereby an accused becomes,
and it's locked up.
You understand? These are cases that I'm talking about, and that's why it's difficult for an average Nigerian now to collaborate. But if Nigerians are law-abiding people, why is it that the same police? Yes, the same. Wait. Outside this country,
just one instance.
The same police that are not doing well here. When they take them outside this country for peacekeeping operation, Nigerian police are rated to be one of the best.
Because the environment has changed.
Yes. So we have to start that here. And I still want to believe that the caliber of people we have within the police force now, some of them that are DIG, some of them that are AIG, some of them that are CP across the country, they are product of the good old days. Okay, this ethics, this mentality is still in them.
No rebuttal. You understand what I'm saying? Came from the system, right?
It's just because the leadership is corrupt. And that's why the is where we are.
Thank you so much.
Can I just say this?
Just briefly.
When Nigerian police men go outside the country for peacekeeping missions, they can't afford not to behave. Because when they flout the rules of engagement there, they face the music, they go to jail. Immediately. So they have no option.
Just because what they are doing here, they're doing it with impunity. That's why everybody's doing what they like.
Society collaborates.
Yes. You talked about whistleblowing. Let us look at our society and our culture. How does an average African view a whistleblower or a police informant? How do the police society view such persons?
Thank you. You see, whistleblowing has to do with intelligence gathering. And in the intelligence balance, informants are protected. And under our laws, they are to be guarded jealously because by nature, a criminal would have a reprisal attack on an informant who exposes him. But to that extent, the law protects an informant. So a whistleblower, in an essence, is somebody who procures intelligence to security agencies like I.C.P.C. and E.F.C.C.
And even the media.
And even the media. And that is why the freedom of information is also in support of protection of a whistleblower, because a journalist is not expected to expose his source of information.
That's right.
So it is something that we need. It is something that our society even supports. Because although there is an adage that says, but that is when it is to carry on mischief.
Yes. This one.
But as far as state matters are concerned, we need structures to be put in place, and people should be part of that structure. And that is where a whistleblower is very, very important.
Then why then are Nigerians scared of giving information to the police?
It's simple.
Because the society is averse
The
to
police
doing the right thing.
double standard.
No,
You
no.
inform them,
I don't
they
want to.
are going
I don't want to be
expose
No,
you.
that.
it appears my colleague will want to protect the police in this matter.
No.
Well, we are not here. Maybe peradventure of your